Wuhan Open saw a major shock on Tuesday. World number 3 and last year's beaten finalist Muguruza became the first of the top seeds to be toppled in China as she fell to Jelena Jankovic. Fast forward to Wednesday and 4 of the remaining top 5 ranked players were looking to avoid a similar fate as they took to the court at the Optics Valley International Tennis Centre. Venus Williams won this title last year, defeating Muguruza in the showpiece in Wuhan. But standing in her way of a quarter-final spot this year was Svetlana Kuznetsova. The pair have split their 8 previous games equally, so who'd come out on top here in their first meeting in nearly 7 years? Williams certainly showed her attacking intentions early on.
And the power keeps on coming down from the racket of Venus Williams.
But that aggression led to a series of errors, her frustration audible as the first set slipped away. Kuznetsova serving out to ease to the opener, 6-2. A win here would be the Russians' third top 10 victory of the season, and she dominated as the match wore on.
So much better here for Kuznetsova.
Williams' title defence coming to an abrupt end as she fell victim to another ace from the world number 10. 2014 winner Petra Kvitova meanwhile faced a showdown with world number 1 Angelique Kerber for a spot in the last 8. The German's featuring in her first tournament since taking the number 1 crown at the US Open. She showed glimpses of just why she's made it to the very top in a tight first set.
Great volley.
The opener going the distance, with Kerber ultimately winning out in a mammoth tiebreak.
This time it's Angelique Kerber. Just about had enough what it takes to settle proceedings here in this first set.
First champion in the tournament's history though, Kvitova came steaming back to level the tie in the second. A 7-5 win ensuring this match would go to a decider. And with both players feeling the effects of fatigue, it was the Czech player who had the edge to spell the end to Kerber's Wuhan run.
Oh, she did get the serve out wide, and Petra Kvitova just about had enough gas in the tank to get herself over the finishing tape.
Agnieszka Radwanska and Wozniacki met for the second time in under a week after their semi-final showdown in Tokyo. Ranked 4th in the world, Radwanska started the brighter here as she looked for revenge for last week's defeat.
Oh, that's a fantastic point.
Wozniacki's cause wasn't helped by a persistent neck injury, though to the Danes' credit she was able to mount a comeback from 4-love down.
Oh, you've got to give credit to Wozniacki, she's in some pain.
The pair know each other well, having faced off 13 times before, and it was the Pole who, despite blowing that early lead, would go on to take the advantage.
Wozniacki still can afford a smile.
A 6-4 victory moving her to within a set of a maiden quarter-final appearance in Wuhan. And with Wozniacki still struggling, she was able to hold on to dump the Dane out of the tournament.
That's the forehand shanked out from the racket of Wozniacki, and Radwanska avenges the defeat inflicted at the hands by Wozniacki to her at Tokyo. She's done it here at Premier 5 level at Wuhan in straight sets, 6-4, 6-2.
And Simona Halep continued her quest for a maiden Wuhan quarter-final spot against Yaroslava Shvedova. Shvedova won the only previous meeting between these two at the London Olympics in 2012. But it was the world number 5 who was in command of this scoreline from the start.
Oh, that is just so good and so quick again on her feet.
Halep, who with a run to the semi-finals here could book her place at the WTA finals in Singapore, wrapping up the first and playing equally powerfully in the second.
Helpful here behind the shoulders of Simona Halep.
The 4th seed here, who turned 25 on Tuesday, celebrating in style with a routine victory. So rain delays on the day mean a bumper schedule on Thursday for the Wuhan faithful. Both Karolina Pliskova and Jelena Jankovic's third round matches will be played early on, freeing the winner up for the last 8 ties later in the day. The rest of those quarterfinals see Halep take on Madison Keys, Kuznetsova line up against Radwanska, and Kvitova face off against Joanna Konta.